These are the Vietnam cheat codes I know as an expat that I wish I knew before coming. These aren't your try the pho travel tips. These are the game-changing cheat codes that locals and expats use to navigate Vietnam's beautiful chaos like a pro. After 8 months in Vietnam and 3 years traveling around Southeast Asia, I've learnt that Vietnam is a different beast. It's raw, it's intense, and it's one of the most rewarding destinations you'll ever visit. These insider tips will save you money, time, and a lot of stress, while unlocking a side of Vietnam that most tourists completely miss. So I'm just here in Phu Quoc. This is my 8th month now in total traveling in Vietnam. Vietnam isn't just a country, it's an experience. Where Thailand offers convenience, Vietnam offers unparalleled adventure. It's Southeast Asia on hard mode, but it offers the biggest rewards. They have world-class food for pocket change, jaw-dropping landscapes that feel like you're in a movie set, and a rich and resilient culture. The value for money here is arguably the best in the region. It's a vibrant tapestry of history, flavours, and natural wonders at rock-bottom prices. Compared to its neighbours, it offers unmatched value. You get $1 street food and boutique hotels for just $20 a night. Rich in culture with plenty of temples, pagodas, and history that dates back not just the hundreds of years, but thousands of years. So let's get into the cheat codes. First up, what you need to know about money, ATMs, and cash here. The gold shops are your ticket to the best exchange rates when you're exchanging cash. So hit up the gold shops. They offer the best rates, unbeatable value. And the pro tip is just to exchange enough to book your taxi from the airport, or just use Grab or Zan SM. I'll go into more detail about those a bit later. But they're your cheap Uber rides, your taxi service apps that you can get, book a vehicle and a driver to take you to where you want to. That way you don't have to worry about cash at the airport. The ATMs that can save you millions of dongs. Now, TP Bank is one of the only banks in Vietnam that have fee-free. I recommend using them, Vietnam Bank and AgriBank. They offer much better rates for international ATM withdrawal fees, but the hack is not to use their exchange. I do recommend using an online travel account, which you can transfer online and then use their card to withdraw. My choice is Wise. They offer unbeatable security and great rates everywhere you go, so I use them all the time. They save me a lot of money. There is a link for them in the description below as well. You are able to use the Grab app as well now for Grab Pay. So sometimes you'll see a QR code. Grab Pay now through the app. You can scan the QR code and pay. You can connect your travel account to that. So you're getting great fees for your exchange rates as well. So it's a great way to be cashless on your travels here. And the tip with the cash, it's going to take you a bit to get used to. You will find the 520 are a similar color. The 200 and the 50 are a similar color. When you're first getting used to the currency, double count to hand over cash and double count when you get the change back. It just helps you get used to the currency very quickly and make sure you're not getting ripped off. So next we have the transportation cheat codes. First up, the Zan SM app or the Grab app. Better to just get both. Grab, I find, is a lot more readily available. Zan SM is becoming very popular. It's electric vehicle only. They use the VinFast, which is the Vietnam version of Telstra. So you can use that app if you want to be more green. Otherwise, the Grab app is just as good. And Grab app also gives you Grab Pay. So download both those apps and it makes your life a lot easier, saves you from taxi scams as well. Buses and coaches are a great way to get around. They do offer limousine services, which are much smaller, 8 to 12-seater buses. The seats are much bigger. You've got a lot of leg room, and they offer massage chairs and things like that as well. Also, you do have this luxury sleeper buses. You can actually have your own cabin, kind of like a capsule bed inside these rooms. They come with a TV and things as well, so they are a great option to get around, and they're really affordable as well. Alternatively, you've got private cars and drivers that will do good value for money trips as well. I've used it going from Hai Giang to Cao Bang For 2 people to travel 5 hours, it costs only about $120, so really good value for money. You do have the rail options as well, so you can do the trains. There's trains from Hanoi all the way down to Saigon, so from north to south, you do have the trains. They have sleeper options there, but it is a long way to travel. It does take a lot more time. The alternative is the budget airlines. It is cheap and affordable to go from location to location using local airline providers. And the final option for traveling around Vietnam is renting a motorbike. Now, if you're going to be in the big cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, renting a bike can be quite affordable, but using it might cost you your sanity. It is crazy busy on the roads, especially when it comes to scooters and motorbikes, and it is on another level compared to most Western countries. I recommend if you are going to rent a bike to do it in the regional areas away from the big cities and just use Grab or Zanasam while you're in the big cities. It's much safer, and dealing with the traffic in these areas can be a nightmare. Another thing, if you are going to rent the scooters and motorbikes, you have to make sure you've got the right international driver's license to rent a motorbike, petrol one, that goes more than 50 kilometers an hour in Vietnam. Vietnam is part of the 1968 Vienna Convention, so you do need that. I actually used a international driver's license where you give them copies of your passport, your driver's license, and they'll send you an international driver's license approved for both conventions, which is accepted worldwide, and they give you a photo driver's license as well. I will leave a link for them in the description below if you want to check them out. So far, I have mentioned a few apps and services that you can use. I just want to let you know I'm not paid or sponsored by any of them. I actually use them myself. That is why I recommend them. So if you do see value, if these tips are helping you out, the best thing you can do to support the channel is hit the like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Next up, we have the visa and immigration cheat codes. Now, the e-visa is now available. The website doesn't look all that great, but it is the trusted website. You do need to use the correct link. I will put the link in the description below. You do have to use that one. There are some dodgy websites out there that will only cost more, and it's basically an agent doing it for you. For the tourist visa, it's 90 days for $25 US. If you are looking to extend or do a border run, you do have the option of going through an agency for express re-entry into Vietnam. You still have to submit all your paperwork with the agency and make sure you source reputable agencies for that service. There is a hack for converting across to a business visa. So you can do this while you're in the country. Perfectly fine to do so. You can arrange it through an agency. You can do it through a sponsor or a local business here, so it is something to look into if you are considering more longer stay. And the business visa gives you multiple entries for 1 year. So next up, we have the essential apps for Vietnam. So the first one, you can use Zalo or WhatsApp. Those two are pretty much available anywhere. Zalo is actually Vietnam's version of Messenger or WhatsApp or Line. It's basically the same thing. It's a messaging app, so you can use that, download it, and register. It's easier to register once you've got a Vietnam SIM card. Some places will only accept Zalo, but it's quite rare. WhatsApp is often available just about anywhere, so if you've got that, you're pretty good for 95% of places. These will be the best way to contact any businesses or your hotel, resort where you're staying. They'll often request that you exchange numbers to communicate through these apps. So for bookings, you can use Airbnb, Agoda, Booking.com. Those are commonly available and give you the widest range of variety for accommodation here. And when it comes to accommodation, the 90-day out rule is the best. If you're going to be using Booking.com, Agoda, Airbnb, 90 days out gives you the best rates. You'll find weekly, fortnightly, and monthly discounts as well. So if you're booking more than 90 days out, plus you're locking in some of those longer stay discounts, you can get up to 50% off the usual daily rates. So those are the cheat hacks for getting the best deals on accommodation. So Agoda also has the book now, pay later. So if you don't have the money but you want to lock in a place, it does cost you a little bit more, but you can still save a lot of money and lock in that dream place that you want before you arrive. For getting around, you've got Zana SM and the Grab app, which I mentioned, and you can also use Grab to scan QR codes and pay at some places as well. Now, when it comes to eating out, finding places that are good to eat out, Google reviews will be your best friend here. Obviously, if there's a lot of foreigners leaving reviews, that's usually a good sign. In my 8 months in Vietnam, I've only had food poisoning twice, so it can happen. So just stick to the places with good reviews. They're the more trusted places. When it comes to coffee, coffee's going to be fine anywhere you go. Must try coconut coffee and egg coffee at least once in your life, so make sure you try those. And if you're just going to busy locations on the side of the road, then the smaller the chair, the lower the table, often the better the food. So if you're happy to get in amongst the street food, eating on the side of the busy streets in Hanoi or Saigon, it is an experience and something you'll never forget. So the food does change based on climates from north to south. So south and central, you will find more spicier foods. Up in the north, spice isn't that common. Often the foods there will be more fresh, heartier style meals. In supper, you'll see a lot of hot plates. So you'll find the favorites just about anywhere. The pho, the banh mi, and the fresh spring rolls. They'll be on the menu just about all places. It's also common to see a lot of restaurants do provide some Western food as well. So burgers, pizzas, pastas are commonly found on menus anywhere throughout Vietnam. So next up we have cultural awareness. So these are the important things that you need to consider when you're entering cultural places. So first up, when you're visiting temples or pagodas, you should always have your shoulders and knees covered. It's also important to remove your shoes before entering into the main prayer hall. And also speak softly. These are active places of worship. It's also important not to point your feet at religious figures, statues, or other people. When it comes to your social interactions with Vietnamese people, it's important to be mindful that Vietnamese people, they do like to save face. So if you do have any concerns or complaints, it's best to remain calm. Do not raise your voice or get angry, as this can only make the situation worse. If you remain calm and just express your concerns, you'll find that they are more than willing to help, and they do offer great customer service. And when it comes to war history, there's plenty of war museums here. You might see the war flag from time to time. The war history is something the Vietnamese people are very proud of. It's important to listen, pay attention, be respectful, and not to make fun or light of their war history. When it comes to customer service, just a simple Xin Chào and smile. Xin Chào is actually the hello here, and then you've got come on, which is thank you. So if you use those two with a smile and politeness, you will find it goes a long way to the customer service here. It's important to also respect your elders here. So just a quick smile and a nod is all you need. So next up, we have safety and scam prevention. There is the cyclo scam. So this is a bike with a little trailer that you can sit in behind it. It's really important to negotiate up front. Find out how far, how long, and the exact price. Get that agreed before you accept it. Same as the taxis here. Even better, just use Grab or Zan SM. The other two safety and scam hacks are around phone and bag snatching. This is more common in Ho Chi Minh City than elsewhere, but it is important if you're on the side of the road, have your purse or your bag on the curbside, not the roadside, as well as your phone standing on curbs or corners, bus stops, that kind of thing. You do have to be careful. And another common safety concern is pickpocketing. This can happen at any popular tourist location. just be mindful of accepting photos with foreigners and also be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you're keeping your bags and your pockets safe around large crowds. And the last safety and particularly health tip is health insurance is not negotiable here. I have visited a hospital once in Nimban, and I can tell you the cleanliness and hygienics of these places aren't good. So if you do need long-term treatment in Vietnam, you're going to want to do one of two things. Either fly to Bangkok or Singapore, Malaysia, where they've got better medical treatment nearby, or head back to your home country for long-term treatment. So make sure you've got private health insurance. My choice is Safety Wings. I use them all the time. I do find that they're very flexible, easy to use, and you can even sign up while outside the country. I do have a link for them in the description below. It is also a popular insurer amongst my viewers as well. When it comes to the cheat codes to find the hidden gems, skip Ha Giang for Khao Bang, skip Da Nang for Nha Trang, and skip Hoi An for Phu Quoc. All of those places, much less touristy, a bit more off the beaten track and more hidden gems. These are places that are lifting in popularity as well, so I'm not expecting them to be as hidden gem as tourism is exploding now in Vietnam, so just bear that in mind. When it comes to packing for Vietnam, it really depends on where you're traveling. If you're traveling up to the north of Vietnam around November through to January, February, March, it can be very cold, so you want to be packing jeans, jackets, jumpers. It can sometimes even snow in places like Sapa, so in the mountains up north, it does get quite cold. If you're traveling in the south all year round, you'll find that it's warm weather. Just a light jacket is all you'll need. There's times of the year where it's just best to avoid central and northern Vietnam, and that's during monsoon season. So this is from June through to November. The storms over the past couple of years have been significant in these areas with flash flooding, loss of life, evacuations of areas. So it's best to avoid Hoi An, Da Nang, and the north of Vietnam during those times. Another thing that you might want to avoid is from January through to March is burning season. In particular, this is affecting the northern area. So from Sapa through to Nimban and Hanoi can be really toxic. Hanoi in particular during this time can be the most toxic air quality anywhere in the world. So if you don't want to avoid that, head south or central Vietnam during those months. The tourism apocalypse of Tet, which is the Lunar New Year here in Vietnam. It's the end of January to early February, and you'll find during these times every place almost gets booked out. Public transport becomes a nightmare. It's best to avoid that time period. Some tourism can grind to a halt, so unless it's the reason for you to come and enjoy the experience, it's best to avoid it as it will likely just interfere with your travel itinerary. Pro tip is to carry some tissues or toilet paper with you, especially the public area bathrooms don't always have toilet paper in them, so carry some paper with you. And the laundry hack, don't use hotel or resort. Find a local per kilo laundromat service. You'll save yourself a lot of money. And the biggest cheat code out of the lot for Vietnam is just to embrace the chaos. A bus will be late, a street can get flooded, and you can get lost going through a maze of alleyways in Vietnam. Your best memories will come from a small little boutique coffee shop hidden down an alleyway in Hanoi, or by going off the beaten track in Ha Giang or Khao Bang and just coming across an amazing view. Vietnam doesn't just show you its beauty, it makes you earn it. Use these cheat codes, but stay open-minded and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. If you are looking for a Northern Vietnam travel itinerary, I do have the only Northern Vietnam travel itinerary you will ever need video. It'll pop up on your screen right here, so just click to go watch it. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. If you have subscribed already, you're awesome. You're the reason why I make these videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.